Yo guys, TrueTekken here, back again, and I'd just like to say thank you so much for all the positive feedback and all the discussion that's been going on my videos about the possible DLC characters. And if you didn't know already, I've done one so far on Ryu and one on Kazuma Kiryu. And with this in mind, basically I've decided I'm going to begin a little series on different possible characters from different game franchises that I think could very well plausibly be included in Tekken 7's future DLC. And now I'm gonna warn you, like, this is all just fan theory and I'm gonna go pretty crazy with this, but I think it's quite interesting, like making it's really fun, so I'm just gonna put this out there, and if one of these turn out to be true, then boy, that will be sick. Now, some of these will have some surprising evidence or hints as well, but as it is so open-ended, I will just give my theories and predictions for how they could be featured and their possible story motivations. So as always, take this with a pinch of salt, but I do highly recommend sticking around for the future episodes in this series, as some of these I've put a lot of thought and research into, and I think they'll really surprise you. So if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also drop a like, because it really helps me. The first episode of this series is going to feature one of the coolest and most interesting, Geese Howard from the King of Fighters series. Now, the reason I bring this character up now today is this great article I found recently where Harada answers a question about who he would like to feature from another gaming franchise in Tekken if licenses weren't a problem. And he replies, if it were a game character, let me think. I would ask for two, one from a fighting game and one that is not. I think from fighting games, it is definitely Akuma. I think that is a good choice, as you can tell from the overwhelming positive feedback. And if I had to choose another, perhaps Geese Howard. I think a bad man like him would fit well in Tekken, and I'm confident we can make him look pretty cool in Tekken 7. Now, things to note is, he says, I am confident we can make him look pretty cool in Tekken 7. That, to me, that just sounds like too much of a bold statement. It gives the undertones that this is already something he has designed and seen beforehand. Thinking also how this is an on-the-spot interview and he just mentions so casually Geese Howard so instinctively as well, with backing points as well as to why. It really does paint the picture of Geese Howard being featured. I mean, the three big fighters out in Japan right now are Street Fighter 5, Tekken, Fatal Retribution, and of course King of Fighters 15, 14 I think. So why not go the whole way and have all three featured and crossovered in this game? I mean, I'm gonna let you guys think about that. Now, looking at this footage of his combos, you can see his moves are not out of this world. They could fully fit in a Tekken universe. I mean, some of these moves, literally, they are in Tekken already. Like, his projectile attack is a license attack, and he has the same two-hand Kamehameha sort of thing that Heihachi does, and it's also the same sort of animation where it hits it against the wall as what was seen in Street Fighter X Tekken. So, all in all, I wouldn't say this is the most crazy theory about Geese Howard being in the game, especially given the evidence I just gave you with that interview. Now, as far as motivations go, this is also an interesting concept to think about. As the story goes, Geese Howard is basically originally from the Fatal Fury series, where he was the main antagonist after killing Terry Bogard's father right in front of his eyes. And in this continuity, he is eventually defeated by Terry and is presumed dead after falling from a tower. However, in the King of Fighters continuity, he is alive and makes up the boss team. In this storyline, Geese enters the 1996 King of Fighters tournament to entertain himself, his goal being to minimize his rival's powers and increase his own, and even at one point sought immortality. To this end, he is seen investigating the facets surrounding Orochi's power, and Orochi is basically someone who possesses a supernatural and outer-worldly power, much like the Mishimas and Akuma. And of course, his other motivation was to obviously settle the score of Terry. Now, after the events of King of Fighters, he has generally been pushed to the background, and now just finds himself keeping tabs on Orochi due to his supernatural abilities. This fascination of divine powers, in my eyes, could be what serves as a catalyst for Geese's feature in Tekken. In Tekken 7, the world is in turmoil and Kazuya has become a prominent force in the world, and knowing how much the Devil Gene has taken over Kazuya at this point, I'm sure all the world knows about Kazuya's supernatural ability. I mean, in the Tekken 7 trailer alone, we see him in broad daylight shooting a huge laser into the sky. If Geese is in this same world, no doubt through his thirst for ultimate power, he would find great interest in the Mishima bloodline, and perhaps may even be interested in an appearance of the demon Akuma. This would serve as a reason for him to re-enter the fighting world again, not in the King of Fighters, but instead in the King of the Iron Fist, with the ambition to gain the secrets and power of the Devil Gene, and to use it to then defeat Terry Bogard and fulfill his ambition of achieving ultimate power. Now that's all I have for today's episode, guys. But all you can see is that the more you look into the lore of some of these other Japanese fighters, the more you can see the possibility of their involvement in Tekken. You can even see below in this fan-made animation of Heihachi vs Geese, which has hundreds of thousands of views, that this is definitely something that's not totally unfounded and has been in the minds of fans for quite a while. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, but this is just the beginning, and you really do need to make sure you subscribe no matter what today to see my next character theory and explanation. I'll leave a little teaser at the end of this video of who it might be on. Until next time, cheers.